govern this bout. We're a junior middleweight scheduled for 4 twos. Introducing first and fighting out of the blue corner. He is trained at Antoniou North Kickboxing by the man in the ring with him, Pat Christophe. Ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 70.35 kilos, Tony, the West Side Wonder, Antoniou. Fighting out of the red corner, he is trained at the Underworld Gym by Paul Fifield. He weighed in slightly less at 70.15 kilos. Folks, Wally, the Fighting Haddara. Bryce Birtwhistle, the man in charge of the action when the bell rings. Dave Hedgecock, Jamal Hassan, and Norman Lou.
Hold on to your seats, folks. This one here could get a little crazy. Let's listen in.
I've got no questions. Listen to my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times, all right? Watch the canvas and the signs. It gets slippery when it's wet. Understand? Good, clean fight. Touch gloves now in the last round.
Two very young, very exciting fighters here. The experience advantage going the way of the wonder, Tony Antoniou. And as we said, Wally Haddara coming off a great victory on the no respect undercard. Last minute instructions from the Phantom, Pat Christophe from the West Side Gym. Jay Osmond also in the corner of the Wonder. And meanwhile, Team Fifield, Paul Fifield, Tosca Petrides and Fuddy Haddara in the corner of Wally. Look out for that wonder kick on Tony Antoniou, the step-up side kick off the lead leg. We'll never forget the one that he put on Hussein Murad some years ago. Inside thigh kick there from the Wonder. Bouncing around, Human Guarana being full of energy here tonight. A little bit more flat-footed Wally Haddara. Step-up side kick there just to the midsection from Antoniou. Inside thigh kick Antoniou. Still a feeling out process between these two fellas. Step up high leaping left round kick from Antoniou. The ITF Taekwondo black belt. Step up front kick from Haddara. Now goes in close. We expect Haddara to move in and work the body and head of Antoniou and try and test the jaw of the Wonder Hammer.
Well, I'd say the game plan for Haddara is to bail up Antoniou onto the ropes, cut out his range, his kicking range, and try and limit his movement and roll some big punches onto him. But Antoniou, he's a smart fighter. He's been around for a little while, and he knows that's not going to. He doesn't want to let that happen to himself. So when he gets on the ropes, a quarter turn off will get him out of trouble, hopefully.
Good inside thigh kick just below the groin cup there from Antoniou. Edges forward again, showing a lot of respect here, both men. A little bit of a switch there from Antoniou. And Bryce Birtwhistle will tell both men, you've got to get into it.
We're in a fight here, all right? You can take all the strategy you want, but the bottom line is people are here to watch a fight. Let's fight. Right?
That's true. Too true. Need to open it up a little bit stronger. Oh, spinning heel kick from Antoniou. The Wonder now turning it on. Inside thigh kick, step up front kick from Haddara. And now they're juking it out. And don't the crowd love it? Haddara, a couple of words in the air, a little bit of trash talking there from Antoniou.
Well, Bryce Birtwhistle asked for it. So
wow. I think Antoniou was more upset that he hit him in the hair hammer. One hair out of place on the Wonder. And there's the end of the first round. This one's getting heated.
Well, I'll tell you what, nothing in the first round, probably a little bit the way of Tony Antoniou, just probably throwing a lot more. Haddara's just sitting back, waiting to see if there's an opening. There's nothing come for him, though. Well, as the fighters get the instructions, we'll see what transpired. Antoniou spinning heel kick, just catching Haddara on the outside of the glove, but nothing really there, just rattled him a bit. But Haddara is well weary of the power that Antoniou possesses in his legs, and of course the quick skill level that he does execute those kicks with.
Go to turn on him.
Seconds down.
Side kick, round leg. His front leg, you're not chopping that, it can be chopped easily.
We are ready to roll into the second round of action. You can hear the fans and Pat Christophe telling Antoniou, chop out his lead leg. Okay, second round of action. Tony Antoniou, more kick than a chorus line so far. And can Wally Haddara start to use his heavy hands? That's more like it from Haddara. Leads him with that front kick off the rear thigh. Now wants to mix it up close. Antoniou's going to keep the heads up. They're going at it. Hammer and two. Wow, no love lost between these two men. They were showing respect earlier on in the fight, but they've thrown respect out the window.
Haddara's throwing caution to the wind. He's throwing caution to the wind now. Wants to take it right up to Antoniou, because at range, Antonio's going to have it all over him.
And you can see what the Phantom was talking about, those red welts on the inside and outside thigh of Haddara already after one round. Nice leg check there from Antoniou.
But his defence is working well, the Wonder.
And Antoniou just intimidating Haddara here at the moment. Edges forward, looking for that outside crescent kick on that occasion with the heel. Sometimes he does kicks, Hammer, that I can't even explain.
His own adaptations.
I want to call one a butterfly kick. Inside thigh kick there from Haddara. Went for the front kick follow-up. Surprisingly, Haddara keeping it at kicking distance. Thought he might want to try and get him closer here on Antoniou, maybe bundle him up in a corner or against the ropes. But Antoniou controlling the centre of the ring. Oh, spinning heel kick, caught him on the jaw, but Haddara just comes forward.
Well, Antoniou knows that Haddara is going to answer him as soon as he throws a kick. Haddara's trying to jump him, but Antoniou's aware of that, the Wonder Boy, and he's just backing away. He throws a kick, and he's getting some range right in between them. Very clever tactics there from the West Side Wonder, Antoniou.
Step up side kick there from Antoniou. The Wonder kick, though, when he gets it up to the nose, something special. At the moment, he is in control of this fight. Very clever fight so far from Haddara, from Antoniou. And you just feel that Haddara waiting to find the opening that hasn't come from yet, Hammer.
Haddara's waiting and waiting, and it's getting danger time for him, because there's no gaps appearing for Haddara to capitalise on. Antoniou has been the aggressor, landing a lot of kicks and punches, and you know, Haddara's a little bit behind on the scorecards.
You didn't see his face, mate. He went into total panic. Don't go into panic with him. Be calm and steady in there. And like the song said, be calm and ready. One chance, okay?
Once again, we see Antoniou launching that spinning heel kick. Nice technique there, just arranged a little bit out. Haddara, though, is well aware of it. Haddara coming back with a leaping forward front kick on Antoniou to close the gap, to get in with the hands, because he knows that's his strong point, Haddara. In the black shorts, Antoniou in the white, they're going for the flurry. They're closing off the range of each other. That's where the technique comes a bit sloppy. At range, Antoniou very dangerous, as we've just seen.
Michael Chavello ringside with the hammer, Mark Castanini. Third of 4 rounds in this junior middleweight contest. And again, both men opening up strongly. Front kick. That seems to be Haddara's most favourite technique tonight. Leading with the front kick off the rear leg, then follow it up with the hands. That's how he's closing the gap on Antoniou, but he hasn't found the mark yet.
Don't swear at him, all right? All right, don't call him that name again, otherwise they'll disqualify you. So look at me, all right? You understand me? You do it again, I'll disqualify you. All right, stay there.
Stern words there. Let's listen in.
Don't push him off when I tell you to break, all right? All right, fight clean, let's go, all right?
Well, I don't know what he called him, Hammer, but I'm guessing it wasn't nice.
Maybe it had something to do with, I don't know, relative, who knows?
I'm thinking a certain part of the anatomy, not male. Here we go, continuing in the third round. Switch there from Haddara, takes him inside thigh kick.
We're just trying to find analogies for some name calling now, Chavello, aren't you?
Oh, nice clipping overhand left from Haddara. And these two guys really don't like each other.
Yeah, well, Bryce looks like he's ready to knock them both out.
Again, Haddara leading with that rear leg front kick in the hands. He's holding behind the back of the head of Antoniou. And Bryce, he might warn them here.
Don't hold him here.
There it was.
One warning, all right?
Holding him on the back of the head and striking. Under K1 rules, you can do it, Hammer, but not under Kickboxing USA rules.
Desperation from Haddara, and frustration, I'd say. He's just a little bit frustrated at Antoniou. It's a very evasive attacking style.
It's a cagey fighter, Tony Antoniou, a very slick campaigner, and Haddara inviting him in now.
It'd be an absolute nightmare to fight Tony Antoniou. Glad he was never in my weight.
Haddara trying to pull him in like a piece of cheese on a mousetrap, but will Antoniou fall for it? Nice leg check there from the Wonder. Good left hand from the Wonder. Overhand right from Haddara. High left round kick from the Wonder.
I think it's just those fast twitch muscle fibers of Tony Antoniou that is really making Haddara just totally bemused. He just doesn't know how he can get in there. We call him the Wonder because it's very hard to kind of answer to the question. Wonder.
Oh, beautiful turning left hand there from the Wonder. Just footed him, of course, no knockdown, but caught him sweetly on the side of the head, just above the ear. Thought about the turning heel kick there, the Wonder. And there's the end of the round. Hammer, one of the most intelligent and calculated fights I've ever seen from the Wonder. He's got one more round to keep it up.
Well, he's keeping the aggression up, he's keeping the forward movement going, and he's keeping the attacking happening. And Haddara is getting more and more frustrated as the rounds go on.
So use your front leg and dummy in. Dummy in and go help him with that leg. Try and land a flush one. He'll land.
Seeing how it went down, Haddara just waving punches at Antoniou, nothing really landing. Antoniou keeping that wide range that he needs, keeping the range happening because he knows that's his strong point. In close, punch for punch, it's going to be very even. There's a puncher's chance in it when they go toe-to-toe. Antoniou knows that, but when it comes to kicking range, that's his strong point. There was the left there from Antoniou. It was a slip also from Haddara that put him down. So it's a slip-punch combo from Haddara, but Antoniou certainly looking the stronger of the two thus far.
Well, the calming influence there of the genius Paul Fifield. Here we go, fourth and final stanza. Both men will touch gloves and we'll get underway. Antoniou, more kick than in excess so far. And can Wally Haddara find the fabled jaw of Antoniou here in the fourth round? Outside thigh kick, didn't come off there from Antoniou. One too many Red Bulls for him here tonight. So much energy in here. Haddara trying to slug it out over in the red corner, all tied up like a pretzel. Bryce Birtwhistle separates both men.
Well, Haddara needs really to throw caution to the wind now, try and get into that punching range and just work it. And Antoniou is well aware that's the game plan, and he's not letting Haddara execute that.
Spinning heel kick there from Antoniou, leg through the ropes. A little bit of a tangle. Clever stuff from Antoniou. Minute and a half remaining in this fight. You can hear Paul Fifield in the red corner saying, close the gap. Look for it and close the gap. Wally Haddara's got to try and attack the jaw of Antoniou. It's his only hope here in the fourth round.
Well, perhaps Haddara with a step-up front kick might be able to close the gap and work the hands over the top rather than just push forward, because as soon as he pushes forward, he's going to get picked off by Antoniou, just like that.
Good pulverising outside thigh kick there from Antoniou. Antoniou keeping his guard up nice and high. Spinning heel kick. Trying to bridge the gap again with that front kick off the rear thigh there is Haddara. Almost caught him with an uppercut. Late blow there. Point deduction, yes it will be.
It's just about the fight there for Haddara.
I say the break. Don't lose the fight like this. Wait.
Rightly so. One too many warnings from Bryce Birtwhistle laying down the law in centre ring.
Well, Haddara really needs a knockdown now, Michael, to make this one go his way, that's for sure.
Chance going up for the Wonder, Tony Antoniou. Only a few seconds remaining in this round, under 15 to be precise. A very impressive display from the Wonder. Overhand left, leaping left it was. Trying to hook it around the right forearm of Antoniou. Last desperation attempt from Haddara, but nothing in it there, Hammer. And this one's going to go the way, I feel, of Antoniou.
Certainly this one should go the way of the blue corner. Tony Antoniou, a very cagey character. Sam Solomon, always one that frustrates his opponents into loss, actually.
That's the master frustrator.
Sam Solomon, tell you what, he's got a very successful campaign boxing at the moment. All opponents ducking and weaving Sammy Solomon. But Tony Antoniou here tonight has done the number on Wally Haddara. Haddara very much a walk-up fighter, and that's probably a very hard style to adapt against someone like Tony Antoniou. Having a look at Haddara trying to close that gap. That was his problem all the way through this fight. He just had no answers on the way of getting in on Antoniou. Antoniou just didn't let him do that. He knows the strong points for him is that range. He wants to let those spinning heel kicks go, the big round kicks that Antoniou possesses. Didn't attack the legs as much as I thought. He would stand a man ringside enjoying all the action here tonight. But geez, what a great battle, and a very strategic one indeed that one was.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' scorecard. Norman Luce is the bout 40-36. Jamal Hassan 40-37. Dave Hedgecock 40-37 for your winner, Tony the Westside Wonder.